Hello, everyone. It is June 2nd, Wednesday. Happy Pride Month. Yeah. Um, so recently I had a very adventurous meditation where I was like focused in on perspective. And the way it all started was that I was thinking about how no matter how hard you try, unless you're comatose, the only person that you can never get away from is yourself. And that, like, in every moment, you decide what is going on with your thoughts and how they're navigating and like which ones you pay attention to and the kind of vibes that you draw in because you focus on it and it amplifies. Like if somebody comes and ruins your whole day, right? You just set in your mind, wow, now my whole day is ruined. Ooh, what am I gonna do now? And like you choose that. That is an active choice that you make. And so in this meditation, I was like practicing being a master of my attention and practicing owning my perspective. Does that make sense? So I was out on a river and we were hammocking and picnicking and it was wonderful. And one of my friends got very emotional. And so I was like, you you don't have to be afraid of your emotions. Like maybe, and I'm sorry, potentially you lived in a space before where you couldn't feel certain ways openly or share certain things, but this is not that kind of environment. And it's not that it's like, feel what you need to feel so that you can learn from it. Because if you don't feel the feelings that you need to feel, you will then sit on it and it will just get worse because you're repressing it and you're holding it as trauma, however small it may be. But that stuff stacks up. I wanted to say something other than stuff. Could you tell? Right, so obviously this isn't as monumental seeming because obviously like just choose happiness. It's just like just choose to be happy. But that's like you can fake it till you make it. But the thing they don't tell you is you can't fake it with your brain. You have to fake it with your heart and with your like natural reflexivity and all of the like brain paths that are set up to release certain chemicals so that you have certain experiences upon certain physical triggers. You can fake it with your heart, but you can't fake it with your head. If you're sitting there grumpy as heck, grumpy as heck, and you're just thinking, this isn't fun, and then you're like, oh wait, no, like toxic positivity, I'm having a great time, this is exactly where I want to be, this is like perfect. Like, yes, you're thinking that, but you can't fool your heart with your head. You have to fool your head with your heart. Like, laughing, for example, does the opposite. We have that as a physical trigger, and you let yourself feel that emotion synthetically for a moment, or that action, like smiling or laughing, just like the whole action of that. Like, fake it for just a little bit, and then take in the happiness that it brings, because it's biological, it's built in, it's naturally a consequence of that action. You can fake it and then like laugh therapy. Somebody fake laughs and like and it alleviates the situation because it's funny, and then people start laughing at that, and then more and more people are laughing, and then suddenly you're not so grumpy anymore just because you faked it and now you've made it. Woo, wouldn't life be great if it were that easy? Unfortunately, things are a little more complicated than that. So, like, what? Smile and laugh are two decent ways to get yourself out of a, you know, but then conversely, you, I mean, why would you want to make yourself sad? But you could force yourself to be more somber by like holding a serious face, and that will mellow, that'll like harsh your vibe, if you know what I'm saying. Um, you could, okay, so I really didn't think through the like negative aspect of this, and I definitely did not just like come up with all this information. It didn't just appear to me out of thin air. I have heard of it before, but I was really like in this meditation that I'm telling the story of, I was very at peace with the fact that like, so obviously I can't get away from myself, right? Why would I want to, right? You should feel that way too. But beside the point, I, crap, what is that? I digress. Um, I digress. I digressed too far. Hold on. Right, so you can't get away from yourself, obviously. And so you and whatever other voices may reside within your head, because we all know there's more than one, you can't get away from that, as I've said at least 14 times by this point. And so you have to make peace with it. You have to be grateful and enjoy the experience that is your thoughts and like your perspective and your curiosities and all of your natural little quirks that just, you know, that's what plays up here all day. And you own that space, and it comes with both like good things and bad things. And obviously it sucks because you can't, like, I don't know about you, but I can't psychically communicate with people, and that sure would be nice. At least that's what I think, but I'm sure it would have its own dark side of the coin, right? So you get to build your perspective and you get to enhance your way of life by, you know, lowering the bar on things in certain dynamics while you're like processing your day, and by lowering those expectations when you meet the action or whatever happens or the consequences of something, you will be much more pleasantly surprised, and you can like simmer and feel that emotion, and it'll drive you up just the same as you can like simmer in a negative emotion and it'll drive you down. And you get to choose what goes on. Like, you get to choose which of those thoughts to follow, you get to choose which path to take, you get to choose how, when, and why you see things. And you also, like, inside your head is a very private and very intimate space that nobody can take away from you, and like, you own that all the way. It's all yours. And I was very happy and serene in like knowing the fact and festering in the feeling of just enjoying the raw like experience of the environment that I was taking in around myself. I was very happy and I was very like joyful. I was just having a grand old time looking at some little mushrooms that were growing out by the creek. I said creek, river, something like that. And it was just an overall wonderful experience. And I just wanted to let you know that you get to choose how you see things, and you get to choose how you feel things, and you get to choose when. You sometimes get to choose why, but you are in charge of that, and it belongs to you and nobody else. And no one can take that away from you, so you might as well get comfortable in it, because it is going to be a hot ride. Yeah? Well, that will conclude story time. Thank you all for listening to my little rant, and have a ever so joyous Pride Summer.